Hunting the Fairy Tale by Maggie O'Hiley.
Chapter 2. Rebecca Mayfair. My chest constricts almost painfully as I watch Bee wrap an arm around Willow, chatting happily as she guides her down the hallway. Joy, perhaps? Regret? Definitely. I'm not entirely sure what it is that I'm feeling. I'm exhausted. Physically and emotionally exhausted. I'm struggling to believe that I'm actually standing here in Beth Cleary's house. No, wait. It's Beth Drake now. I haven't been able to use her new surname often enough to get used to it. Besides, to me, she will always simply be Bee, my best friend, perhaps even closer than a blood sister would have been. I can't believe that I'm in Beth Drake's home, and that I'm not just popping in for a very short, overly stressed out visit where I can barely function properly enough to let her into my heart as completely as I used to. I'm here for the overly stressed out foreseeable future. This time, the goal is not to attend a wedding, a birth, or a funeral. I'm home in Briar Cove for good, and I aim to break free of these thick walls keeping my heart from falling apart. Hopefully, I will be able to rid myself of the overly stressed out part soon, and finally be able to live again, rather than just existing. Hopefully, I can find my way back to truly being Willow's mother. I've met Bee's husband, Ryan, a few times. He is a saint, and not just because he is able to put up with my rambunctious best friend and all her mischief. Not only did the man open his home for us, but he also offered me a good job. My job-related skills have gone rusty. I just hope I don't disappoint him. During our trip to Briar Cove, I tried to force enthusiasm into the atmosphere inside that rust bucket we traveled in to get here. I'm not sure that I had any success at all. I could feel the anxiety coming off Willow in waves the entire time, more than ever before. As always, she tried to hide it from me and the rest of the world, but she did smile a little more now and again. That is something, at least. She even laughed when I told her about some of the antics Bee and I used to get up to growing up here in the district of Fairweather. We were known as B and B and were inseparable, incorrigible, irresponsible. I rather enjoyed telling Willow about life here with my best friend, relishing the sweet sound of her laughter, while I resurrected fond, suppressed memories to rouse myself from depression. I can smile now. They might be a little sad, but I can smile genuine smiles now. I hope my daughter will also be able to smile real smiles soon. Willow has Beth in her life now. I believe that my soul sister will be able to be the mother I failed to be to my child. All I want is to see my baby bloom and flourish. For the first time in almost 11 years, I feel the stirrings of real hope in my heart. As I watch my two favorite women turn the corner, I hear them laughing as they descend the stairs. The first of many tightly wound bands of stress peel away from my heart. I can finally breathe, and my step is much lighter than usual as I walk into the haven of warmth and peace Bee has created for me. I am so ready for that bath. Willow. Everything in the bedroom exists in shades of pink and lilac, ranging from dark hues to almost white. The room seems to sparkle and glow. Touches of green produce enough contrast to make the colors appear even more vibrant. It is pink, purple, frilly, and flowery. Even the furniture is whimsical and sweet, There's a coat tree near the bathroom door, and it is shaped and painted to look like, well, a tree. Adorable. Walking into the room feels like stepping into one of those Barbie fairy movies. I know I'm probably not the right age to be as thrilled by the decor as I am. I am almost 17 after all, not 7. I simply do not care. I love fairy-like things. Fairies are very far removed from reality, and reality is overrated and disappointing. It is frightening and extremely painful. My bedroom in my grandmother's house had been as rigid and stark as everything else in my life. This bedroom is almost too overwhelming in brightness, color, and quirkiness, and I love it. Aunt Beth virtually dragged me down the stairs and into this large bedroom, declaring it Willow's room. My name is on the door if I had any doubts. Beck said that you like fantasy and frills. I hope I didn't go overboard too much. I was trying to go overboard the socially acceptable amount. But I'm not all that socially acceptable, so... She shrugs, and I cannot stop the surprised giggle from bursting from my throat. Aunt Beth had me laughing from the moment we left my mother in her room, because she kept saying the strangest things. I'm not quite sure when she's joking and when she's being serious. This woman is quite scandalous, really. I love it. I mean, she did startling things like showing me her bedroom, telling me it's the cave she drags her husband into when he's being too civilized. According to her, she loves demonstrating to him how not to behave in public. Then she showed me her son's nursery, calling it the Little Chaos Monster's Den. She had me blushing and laughing in ways I haven't done in ever. I had so much fun decorating this room for you. It's refreshing, different from what I'm used to. I've been living with boys, you know. She grins, rolling her eyes dramatically, but I get the impression that she rather loves living with those boys. Do you like it? You can change anything you want. I'm smiling too hard to get a word out. I would have been thrilled even if I hated the room. Just the thought of someone doing all this specifically for me, just because they think I might like it, makes me feel strange, warm feelings. I desperately want to thank her. Not only did she open her home to us, but she also created a world just for me. I would literally have been happy with a linen closet, a pillow, and a blanket. Just to feel safe again. She seems to read my silence and stupid smile accurately because her smile is turning from hopeful to happy. I finally managed to nod my head, blinking rapidly. I'm not going to bawl my eyes out now, even though I seriously doubt that she would scold me for being emotional. She doesn't seem to be the type, being rather emotional herself. Besides, if I cry, I shan't be able to see the gorgeous mural spanning the entire wall opposite the queen-size canopied bed. A girl, a unicorn, rolling fields, flowers, everything I love. The girl and the unicorn are done in remarkably realistic detail. Did Aunt Beth hire a professional artist to do this? Is it a stick-on? If so, getting it on the wall that perfectly must have been a huge challenge. Whatever it is breathtaking. 16-year-old girls probably don't usually go gaga for unicorns and princesses, but these are done beautifully and are rather unique. There is something slightly disturbing about the painting though, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. Perhaps it is the fact that in contrast with the rest of the decor, the unicorn is not whimsical or playfully cartoony. It exudes power, and is even a little intimidating with its flaring nostrils, wild eyes, and bulging muscles. The girl facing it should be terrified, but she's gazing lovingly up at the rearing animal, even though its hooves could obliterate her should it decide to bring them down on her. She clearly trusts the unicorn not to hurt her. It is rather hard to look away from all that power. Exclaiming in surprise, I step closer to the wall to study the girl in the painting properly. Due to the flowy medieval gown and the extra long, multicolored hair, I didn't realize it at first. Is that me? Yes. Aunt Beth gives a very girly, delighted giggle. She is obviously enjoying herself immensely, which drives away any doubts I may have. I'm touched by her attention to detail and her kindness, but I'm also a little uncomfortable with this level of personalization. I don't even know these people, and yet they seem to know me well enough to make paintings of me. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Oh, my son painted the mural, she says excitedly. Isn't it gorgeous? Hearing those words, my body whips around involuntarily, bouncing the tawny braid off my shoulder to dangle between my shoulder blades. If life came with sound effects to set the mood, the sound of grinding gears and screeching brakes would have been ear-splitting right now. Back up a step. Your son? I ask, certain that I must have heard her wrong. Isn't he only 2 years old? Aunt Beth laughs in surprise. Frankie? Yes. He is 17 months old now. I'm talking about my eldest son, Hunter. He's finishing high school this year. The expression on my face might be giving me away because her smile suddenly falters and dies, her eyes clouding with concern. Didn't you know about him? She seems puzzled and slightly unsettled by the discovery. The cloud of peace and tranquility I'd started to float on has just burst, spilling me on the dark green carpet, back to earth with a crash. This is news to me. I don't remember my mother mentioning a Hunter or any boys around my age living in this house. Then again, things had been so hectic lately that I don't remember half of what she told me. During her road trip, she'd been babbling on and on about Bea, the girl she'd grown up with and loved like a sister, and how their friendship transcended the miles and years they'd had to live apart from each other. I cannot remember any other occasion when my mother talked so much. I didn't mind listening to her endless supply of funny stories about her escapades with Aunt Beth. I'd enjoyed her uncharacteristic enthusiasm and joy. She was finally talking. Most of the stories were quite entertaining as well. It seems that my mother and her, Bea, were quite a pair back in the day. B&B is the official term she used to refer to the two of them, as if they were a brand name. During that 2-day information session, my mother could have at least mentioned that Aunt Beth has a son at least a year older than me. That would have been splendid. Perhaps she'd been afraid I would refuse to come if she told me. I probably would have. My mother must have mentioned him, I say, trying to sound upbeat and confident, though my mother absolutely did not. I just forgot, I assure Aunt Beth, although I know I did not just forget. This is not the kind of information I would forget. He is really talented, I tell her sincerely. To my ears, my voice sounds as dry as my mouth suddenly feels. Isn't he? Aunt Beth's smile has become decidedly less vibrant. She seems very troubled now. I should have hidden my shock a lot better. Honestly, this woman has been nothing but kind. And here I am on the verge of a blooming meltdown, causing her distress. How pathetically self-centered of me. I use all my inner strength and years of training to hide my true feelings and give her a brilliant smile worthy of any toothpaste advertisement. Extremely, I confirm, happy that I'm at least not lying about this. I wish you would paint happy things like this more often, Aunt Beth whispers, sounding wistful. Shaking her head as if to rid herself of bad memories, she turns away from the mural and indicates a door behind us. You share that bathroom with him. His room is on the other side of it. I'm sharing a bathroom with a boy named Hunter? Keep it together, Willow. I nervously swallow against a lump forming in my throat. I'm not used to boys at all. In fact, I've started to suspect that I might be allergic to them. Thanks to what happened last time I'd had the pleasure of dealing with men, I'm now undeniably allergic and more than a little terrified of them. Starting my full-time exposure to the male of the species with a small sample like Frankie would have suited me very well. My mother couldn't talk about Frankie enough. She even has a gazillion photographs of him on her phone, and I've seen them 100 times. Desperate to regain the calm I'd felt only seconds ago, my eyes find the lovely mural again. It's going to be alright. What are names but labels so people don't have to call each other "Hey you" all the time? My name is Willow, for crying out loud. Everybody always thinks I'm a full-blown flower child until they meet me. I didn't name myself. If I had, my name would have been Ophelia, Isolde, or Rapunzel. No, I rather like Willow. I want to be her instead, if I can figure out who she is. Hunter might have a predatory name, but he was able to create such a lovely, poignant mural. He didn't name himself either. I glance at Aunt Beth, trying my smile out again. It's quite a leap from a name like Hunter to Frankie, but then again, 16 years is a big gap. It's going to be alright. Aunt Beth is Hunter's mother after all, and thus far, my mother's claims that she is the sweetest, most sincere person on earth haven't been disproven. There is a huge chance that Hunter inherited his mother's gentleness. I look at the mural's sweeping hills, delicate flowers, and sensitive colors. Big chance indeed. The hair of both the girl and the unicorn was painted with incredible skill. I can almost feel the silky strands just by gazing at them. Amazing. This boy is a genius. It is very possible that Hunter is sensitive, quiet, and refined. The kind of boy that often becomes the target of dumb, macho, brutish bullies in the few teen movies I've watched. Perhaps we'll be able to become good friends. Perhaps sharing a bathroom with him will be fine after all. It is not as if we'll be sharing a bedroom. Surely Aunt Beth wouldn't let me share a bathroom and live alone on the ground floor with Hunter if he weren't trustworthy and decent. All good. Crisis averted, I think. Aunt Beth is scrutinizing me. Her enthusiasm has been replaced by concern. My brilliant smile hasn't fooled her then. I put in a lot of effort to relax my features and take some slow, calming breaths. Turning to face her fully, I bend over slightly and hug her awkwardly. I'm gonna need to practice hugging. Aunt Beth, thank you so much for everything. I don't think we could ever thank you properly or repay you for your kindness. Kindness is not kindness if it requires payment, honey, she mutters, wrapping her arms around me to hold me close for a few long seconds. I'm so happy to have Bex in my life again, and I've always longed to get to know you again. You're my family, Willow, she says, patting my cheek, her eyes glistening with unshed tears when she releases me. I've missed you both so much. Memories are stirring in my mind like shadows behind dirty glass. Memories from more than 11 years ago, when this vibrant woman had been a firm part of my life. A second mother. My heart reacts to these memories even though my brain cannot quite form them anymore. At a loss for words, I hug her again, and this time, the hug is spontaneous and heartfelt. Next time on Hunting the Fairy Tale. Willow will meet Hunter, and she'll see that there are men on this planet who are down to earth, sweet, and gentle, and she'll be just fine. She'll see how awesome he is, fall in love, and give us a bunch of chubby, happy grandbabies to love. I'm so glad my glass is empty when B's declaration causes me to choke on the last sip.